you need a ball, and you also need a racket cover or a plastic bag, because we're going to do some resistance training.
As always, we don't have a tennis racket that has a racket cover, so here is what it also might look like. I put the plastic bag over the racket handle
already. So, first thing you will need is a racket.
So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to do this along with us. So I'm going to put the racket down in the middle of the floor, and we're doing an activity that I do regularly when, an activity I do regularly at the tennis club. So if you ever had lessons with me, you'll have done this at some point. So what's going to happen is I'm going to be here having ready steps, and Scott's going to call out a number, either 1, 2, 3, or 4. The numbers that he calls correspond with an activity that I've got to do. So if Scott goes through them all.
1.
So I'm going to touch the racket with one hand.
2.
Touch the racket with 2 hands.
3.
Jump over and jump back again.
4.
And I'm going to go all the way around the racket, facing forwards all the time.
Okay. 1.
So it'll look like this. Do it along with us.
2.
Make sure you're listening to Scott's calls.
3. 4. And we'll do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, obviously it's not going to be in that order every single time. It's going to be different. So you've got to have really, really fast reactions to this. Okay, what have we got here? Fair enough. Oh, hello, Daniel. Hello, Bruno and Jack. Hello, everybody. Fantastic. Right. Okay. So we are going to. Am I going to do it?
Scott's going to have it.
Oh, I haven't even done it. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I've got it in my head.
I suggest you move it back a little bit.
Okay.
Otherwise, you jump very close to the camera.
Cool. I don't want to scare anyone at home.
Okay.
Right. 30
So
seconds.
you're going to have 30 seconds. Now, obviously, this isn't a competition because we're all going to end up with the same scores because I'm the one calling everything out. Right, everybody. Start those ready steps.
Oh, ready steps.
1, 4.
Ooh, 4.
4. 1, 3, 2, 1, 4.
Nearly forgot what that was.
3, 2, 1, 2. Don't forget those ready steps. 4.
Pass it round.
3, 1. And stop there.
Woo! Okay, Joker.
Feel those thighs, everybody.
Feel those thighs.
Just touch them.
Okay, ready? 30 more seconds. Starting now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's just a recap of them if you don't know what they are. And 4. 1, 3, 1. Ready steps. 4, 4, 3, 1, 3, 4, 3. That's my favourite one. And stop there. Are you warmed up?
I'm warm. How about you?
Fantastic. Okay, hopefully everyone's nice and warm at home. Okay, next activity you'll need just one tennis ball. This one is called leg juggles. And what you've got to do is you're juggling the ball in between your legs. So what you've got to do is you've got to pass, I'm holding it in my right hand, and I pass the ball under my leg, under my left leg, and catch with my other hand. Then I go over my other leg and catch. So I'm juggling it in between my legs. You've got to do high knees while you're doing this, and you're going to see how many you can do in 30 seconds. Okay.
Do we want to see Scott do it with 2 tennis balls?
2? I don't think I can do it with 2.
Okay, we don't know if that's possible.
So hold it in your right hand and then go under your left leg and then catch with your left hand. Hold it in your left hand, go under your right leg, catch it with your right.
Notice Scott always throws the ball up into the air. He's not just passing the ball under his leg. This is not the activity. He is throwing it up and catching.
If you can't catch, that could be it, but we want to challenge you guys. So come on, let's see if you can do it. So you've got to throw. That's the exercise.
So everybody throw up.
Really, you've got to have really fast feet and hands. Okay, and doing this for 30 seconds will definitely get your heart pumping. Okay.
Are we ready?
Shall I do it first?
You can do it first. 3, 2, go.
Oh my gosh.
You know I don't like a 3, 2, 1, Scott. It's too easy. Everybody knows what to start then. Reactions. Never say go. Never do a 3, 2, 1. Not never say go. Always say go. Right, you've had a third of your time, everybody. I hope Scott's counting. I'm doing lots of talking here. Sometimes I put Scott off. Sometimes I have to count for him. We'll see. He's doing this pretty well. He's doing pretty well. You've got 5 seconds left, everybody. 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop there.
37 to beat.
37. I'd be impressed if anyone can beat that.
Has anyone beat 30?
You go down there far too early, Scott. People can't immediately type.
No. I was seeing what someone said.
Okay.
They've said our TV is flickering, which it is in the background.
That is true. We haven't turned the TV off.
Where is the remote? Hello. Thank you, whoever told us that. There you go. Right.
That was going to be our change of the day. We were going to do something on the TV.
That was, we were just testing you guys. We were testing you guys. So, I got 37. What scores did we all get? We got some very high scores. Double what I got. My gosh. Well done.
My goodness. Was it Brinkman by any chance?
Maybe. If you found it easy, if you're getting like 60, well, you know that you try and challenge yourself and throw it up so you've got to catch it. Okay. Some other good scores. Well done, Ed, getting 32, 31. Fantastic. Okay, ready? 30 more seconds. See if you can beat your score. Let us know if you're on Team Joe or Team Scott. 30 seconds starting now. So passing that ball under your legs. That's it. So you start with...
cheated then.
It's always opposite hand to leg. You don't go under the same side, okay? This is also good work for your core as well. That's it. So you've got to have nice high knees. Don't bend down and do it. And try and challenge yourself and try and throw it up. Okay? So you're catching it. And stop there. How many did you get?
Do you reckon I won?
How many did I get?
37.
I got 37. Oh, he's got a grin on his face. He clearly has.
41.
41. That is awesome.
I would have got 42, but I cheated one in there, so I didn't count it.
Okay, let us know if you beat our scores. Okay. Next
final activity. This is where you need to find out or book. Final ABC.
Final ABC.
Okay, so Scott's going to balance this on his head.
You can have a book. You could use a racket, but be careful. You could use a cushion to be safe. We've got a placemat, so I'm going to be balancing that on my head.
It's a shame that Scott did his hair beforehand.
I know, exactly.
And he's going to need a tennis ball as well.
Right, the activity I forgot what I'm doing. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got to also balance on one leg. Okay, I've got to do as many like this. That's it. I've got to do as many throw, clap, catches as I can in 30 seconds. You've got to throw it, okay, up to head height. It can't be down here. Okay, that's the whole point, because you've got to resist the urge to look up to the ball. It's got to go up to your eye level so you can see it, clap, and then catch. Okay, you can obviously change legs, but you've got to be super balanced. If this falls off, you don't have to start from 0, but you've got to try and start as quickly as possible. Okay?
If you find this quite difficult, you can stand with both legs and just try to keep that balance on your head.
No,
or if you find that really difficult still, you could get rid of the balance altogether and just try and throw and catch on one leg.
Absolutely. There's some progressions. Right. Go on. I'll go first.
Oh, Scott's going to go first.
I'm going to go first.
Going to set the bar, everybody. Is he going to beat?
I was practicing this.
Right.
I can feel my hay fever's coming.
You're going to start in 3, go.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, I cheated. Yeah. Did everyone see that? I started from 0 again. There you go. It's got to go to eye level.
He's going the other way now. He's going above. There we go. That's better.
That's it.
He's starting to go the other way. So make sure everybody at home are doing this. Parents, if you're there overseeing, I mean, hopefully someone's overseeing. It's good to see what everybody's up to. Make sure they're not smashing around the living room. But make sure they're throwing it up to the correct height. 1 second left. Stop there.
I got 20. I went slow and steady there just to make sure I didn't knock it off. Excuse me if I sneeze. There you go. Sorry, this is hay fever, guys. I do apologise. Right, are you ready? Let's see if you can beat your scores.
Did you forget to take an antihistamine?
I did forget to take my antihistamine.
Normally he's like, antihistamine.
What scores did we get? 20. Well, then you got the same score as me. 22 for Bruno. Well done. We got 12 from, is that Wilfie? Is that Tina? Well done, guys. Okay, ready? Let's see if you can beat your scores. On marks, get set, go. Remember to throw it up to eye level. I'm seeing some good scores coming through. Well done. It was Wilfie. Well done, Wilfie. Good score. 22 from Orla. You beat me, Orla. That was a fantastic effort. That's it. So look at Joe's concentrating face there. You've got to really keep your body still, especially your head, and try and throw that up to eye level. Okay, how much longer have you got? And time's up. It was 30 seconds. How much did you get?
27.
27. That was a good
The only
score.
reason I won there, though, was because you did those ones at the beginning, which you didn't count.
Exactly. I accidentally cheated at the start. Okay. Right. Next activity. You need your tennis rackets. So grab your tennis racket, and you need your tennis ball. I'm going to get Joe to demonstrate this one.
Okay, thanks for this. I'm having to demonstrate this one because I never do it right. So this is a very complicated explanation. Okay, you're going to be alternating between doing a volley and then letting the ball bounce, but you're also going to try and change the side that you do both of those on. So for example, I will start with a bounce and then I'll hit it up into the air, and now I'm going to do a backhand volley. Okay, so watch that again. So bounce, hit, backhand volley. After that, I'll show you what happens. So we're going to do a backhand again after the bounce, and a forehand volley, and a bounce, backhand volley. So you see I'm doing forehand, forehand, backhand, backhand, but one of them is a volley and the other one is not.
Because this is what our skill of the day is. We're actually looking at going from a ground stroke to a volley. It's like we're doing an approach shot followed by a volley. So we're doing lots of stuff, letting the ball bounce and then not letting the ball bounce. Okay, so start practicing that. The key thing, as Joe said, was hit it up without a bounce and then hit it with a bounce, or vice versa, and then alternating the sides. Okay, so Joe goes bounce, no bounce, and then bounce, no bounce, and then bounce, alternating forehand and then backhand. We're going to see how many circuits of that. So doing 4. So a forehand volley, forehand ground stroke,
backhand ground stroke, forehand volley.
That counts as 1. So you've got to essentially do 4 shots for just 1. Okay, because you've got to do the complete circuit of shots. Okay, so Joe will demonstrate what 1 is.
Sorry, I'm going to do it without bounce first. With a bounce first.
So it's all 4 shots.
So that's my 1.
There you go.
And then I've started again. That's 2.
When he gets back to his forehand volley, that's when he starts. Okay, super. I can't see what that. I don't know what that says.
I'll have a look at it.
Anyway, right, 30 seconds. Hopefully you've been practicing that one, guys.
How could we regress this if we find this a bit difficult at home?
Regress this. You could do sandwich catches if you wanted to. So you could go sandwich catch. That's it on both sides. Okay. Or you could get rid of the volley on this one. It's just about trying to go on side to side. So whatever you do to keep that ball under control. Okay? Right, 30 seconds. See how many you can do. Starting now. I'm going to have to. That's it.
Thanks, Scott. Would you like to do some more talking?
Sorry, I feel like I'm going to sneeze again. Sorry. Hay fever has struck at the wrong time, just as I'm live on YouTube. There you go. That's it. So you just got to make sure that you're alternating sides. You're going no bounce, then bounce. No bounce, then bounce. Send us some videos of these. We would love to see them. And stop there.
Okay.
Well done.
I think I got 9, but I started paying attention to
So 9 rotations. 9 rotations. I'm going to beat. Do you think I can beat him, guys? Let us know. Let us know your scores.
One of those exercises where you want to get a really, really high score, but you have to do 4 shots first. You go,
yeah.
There's 1.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can do it.
Okay, right, are you ready for your second go at home? Have a quick sip of water. Everybody on bated breath waiting for me there.
17 from Daniel. My gosh, that was quick. Lightning. Ready? I'm going to do it.
Right. Our 30 seconds. Ooh, 7 from Dad. Well done. Right, ready, go. Right. Okay, so you see Scott's changing sides. It's always changing between the ground stroke, so the one off the bounce, and the volley. That's where the change happens. How else are we doing down there? Rose, it appears that Barney's not got a message there. Just says Barney's message. Don't know what that's meant to mean. And 2 seconds left. 1, 0.
8.
Oh,
We get the same score.
I said I got 9, but to be honest, I did forget. But I forgot when I was on 7.
I thought I was doing really well there. Did you beat me? Did you get this, or did you beat your previous score? Let us know on those ones.
Did anyone beat Scott?
Okay. Oh yes. Now what we need is you need your racket cover or your plastic bag to go on your racket.
You said the racket cover there in the most excited way I've ever heard anyone ever say racket cover. Could you say it again, Scott?
Racket cover.
There you go.
I'm really excited. This is actually a squash racket. Sorry, we don't have racket covers.
We don't have racket covers.
We don't have racket covers.
Or you could use this monstrosity here.
We won't demonstrate that because it's really loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not as noisy as it used to be when we had the different one there.
What we're going to do is we're going to do a sequence of shadow swings, and I'm going to make sure I don't destroy my living room when I'm doing this. Okay?
Or our notes, which are hidden
anyone
behind
else.
TV.
The sequence you've got to do is forehand full swing. Then you've got to do a forehand volley. So hopefully you remember the footwork we were doing yesterday, because I'm stepping forwards, my back foot is now off the ground. Okay, then I'm going to do a backhand full swing, and then I'm going to do a backhand volley, and then I start again. That is one rotation. So it's full swing, volley, full swing, volley. Now that's 2, okay? The reason we're doing this with resistance is because it's really, really good strength training. It also makes it harder. Sorry, I did the wrong footwork there. Okay, so get practicing that sequence. So it's forehand swing, forehand volley. We're laughing because I've just knocked the notes over because I'm just swinging with such, ferocity. Good word.
Fine, that works.
Word of the day.
What Scott has done is changed our notes to yesterday's lesson.
So if we suddenly
start teaching you yesterday's stuff, then that's what it is.
Right.
I'm going to go first.
You're going to go first.
Give this to me.
I'm going to change the notes over so we can still see it. There we go. Right. Okay. 30 seconds. Don't knock that over, Joe.
Okay.
And off you go. So it's forehand, and then forehand volley, backhand volley. So you've got to make sure you're doing that correct footwork, yeah? So you've got the big swing, you feel the resistance of on your racket, and then you're practicing the footwork, okay? Full swing, then volley. Full swing, and then volley. When you're doing the volleys, just imagine you're like trying to high five someone, okay? So you've got that big swing over your shoulder, high five. Big swing over your shoulder, high five. And stop. How many did you get?
5.
5 rotations.
The big 5.
Right, I'm going to beat him. Okay? When you're waiting to go, you should be in your ready steps.
Just always. You should look like you're really excited, like there's the toilet and somebody's in it. We need to go.
Reading the loo.
That's ready steps. Toilet steps.
Toilet steps, that's it. Okay, ready?
We don't script this, you can probably tell.
You can tell.
Right, everybody, are you ready? Your time starts now! Scott's going much, much faster than me. Would like to see a little pivot step out, ideally, Scott, after the backhand and forehand. There we go. Thank you. Talking technique here. Scott's trying to do approach shots here. He's trying to practice going from one shot to a volley. It's not going to help if you just stand with all your weight over the back foot. That's the idea of getting that leg off the court when you do the volley. So your weight is over that front foot, not leaning back here. And stop there.
Oh, 6.5.
Oh.
6.5.
He got me.
I win.
Sorry, turning our notes back over.
Okay, next one. Okay, so on this next one, we are. Let us know your scores. Let us know if you beat your scores. Let us know if you beat us, and if you're on Team Joe or Team Scott. The next one, we are going to be calling out what sequence of shots you are doing. You don't necessarily need your racket cover on, but
you could do it with your racket cover on. There's absolutely nothing to say that you can't still. But I'm going to do this one just with the racket without anything covering it, as you can see here.
So, for example, I might call out forehand volley. So that would be he does a forehand swing followed by a forehand volley. Then he goes back to ready steps. I might call out forehand backhand volley. So he does a forehand swing, then backhand volley. It could be backhand, forehand volley, and so on. Okay, there's only a few rotations we can do of that. So I'm going to be calling it out, and we're going to see you at home do that, and hopefully you're doing it really, really well, and then getting back to the ready steps as early as possible. Okay.
Racking up my steps on my watch.
Racking up, yes. Get those Fitbit step counts up.
There are other providers as well.
Okay, 30 seconds. Everyone will have the same score on this. So this is we're looking at quality here. And off we go. Backhand volley. Back to ready steps. Backhand, forehand volley. Okay, forehand volley. Hopefully everyone's clear on what I mean. Forehand, backhand volley. The first thing I say is your ground stroke. Backhand, forehand volley. Good. Backhand volley. Nearly tricked in there. Backhand, forehand volley. We're practicing those backhands a lot. Forehand volley. And stop there.
Do you know what? I felt a lot like Misha Zverev there.
Oh, there you go.
Niche knowledge there, but Misha Zverev has a forehand that barely goes behind him at all. I basically started here the entire time.
That's so he protects our living room.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Scott would be devastated if his squash went all over the ball.
I know, yeah. I want you guys to be the judge of who was the best on this as well. Okay. Right. What's going on here? Love that. Brilliant. Well done. Good feedback.
Just got a lunge right in there. Yep. Thank you.
Okay, ready? My go. I'm ready. Steps, everyone.
So 30 seconds, Scott. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm super ready.
Go. Forehand, backhand volley. Backhand, forehand volley. Backhand volley.
Right, it's in my
backhand volley.
Is that the one I need to
practice?
Forehand,
backhand volley. Backhand, forehand volley. If you ever play doubles with Scott, you know the backhand volley needs some work. Forehand, backhand volley. Backhand volley. Backhand, forehand volley. And stop there, everybody.
Woo! That was good.
I quite like that one.
Good. I like that
really
one.
bouncy right from the start. It's like ready steps. I'm not going to stop doing those.
Good footwork practice. Really good footwork practice. Okay. Oh yes. Next activity: number bounce.
So this is an activity we do loads. Scott and I both absolutely love doing this one. He does it at schools. I do it at the tennis club all the time. He probably does it too. But we thought we'd actually bring this to you in your homes. We're going to reduce it a little bit so it's a little bit easier. So you don't need as much room. Go on, Scott, take it away.
So one person needs a ball, one person needs a racket. There is a version of this which you can do on your own, which we will explain. It's a little bit tricky. It means you need to listen to us a lot. So I'm going to be throwing the ball to Joe gently, because obviously you're in the living room, okay? And I'm going to call out either 0 or 1. If I call out 0, guess what Joe has to do? He has to volley, so 0. So he has to block it back and I catch it. If I say 1, he has to let it bounce, okay? Now, I know we were practicing our big swings with the resistance training. You can't really do that here because you'll end up taking someone out, okay?
You need to make use of the time you've got. We do these activities for 30 seconds. If I whack the ball away from Scott and he has to spend 5 seconds picking it up, we're going to have about 3 goes.
Yeah, you want lots and lots of goes, okay? So if I say 1, okay, he bounces, sends it back to me. 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, and so on, okay? You don't have to do what we say. Your partner is in charge of this one. If you are on your own, you can listen to what we are saying and do it against the wall, okay? For example, okay, hopefully you might be able to see this wall, okay? If I say 1, you let it bounce. If I say 0, you don't, okay? So you're listening to what we are calling out, okay? So there is always an option you can do, or you can come up with your own sequence. Okay?
Absolutely. You could just practice going through in a little fun sequence. You could try and surprise yourself. Backhand. Oh, it's gone to my forehand now. I'll do a volley.
So hopefully you've got a partner to work with on this one. And
if you don't, you've got a parent. Get them in there. Unless you're an adult, in which case call your parent. Say hello.
30 seconds. Starting. And count how many, as this person is going to be counting how many they get back. Okay? Starting now. 1, 0. 0, 1, 1, 0. It can be a forehand or a backhand. 0. 0. 0. 0. 1.
You wait till it's your turn. Oh no, I ignored you.
1. 0. 0. 1. 0. And stop there. Oh, Joe's going to get his revenge. How many did you get, Joe? Did you count?
No, I was absolutely not counting.
So Joe? Joe got 0 then, that's what I'm counting. Oh yeah, I'm going to beat him.
Rude.
I'm going to do all this on the backhand side.
Okay.
Ready? 30 more seconds.
Did anybody notice then that I changed and played that whole thing left-handed?
3, 2, 1, go!
0. 1. 1. 0. 1. 1. 0. 0. 1. 0. 0.
Oh, I'm not counting.
1. 0. 1.
I think I got 12. I think 12 was the score I got. Hopefully you didn't hear my little squeal.
That happened because I did what Scott did to me, which was throw, wait, then say
I
something.
got really, really confused on that one. Okay.
Yeah, and it immediately makes you stop counting as well.
Okay, right. What are we on? Okay, so we're going to do our last little competition. Okay, let us know what scores you managed to get on the number bounce. Well, that's a really good one to practice outside of this as well. When
you can increase the numbers a little bit as well. We normally do this on the tennis court where we try to make the children move. It's a really good exercise, I find, for making children move backwards rather than have the ball bounce over their head. Orla, you have definitely done this with me about 5 million times.
So you'll recognise that one.
Absolutely.
Super. Hopefully some of you at home will also recognise that one. And like I said, yeah, you could keep practicing that one. Add different numbers. You can't do like 5 million. Okay, a ball only bounces really about 3 or 4 times. Okay, so next activity, we need 2 tennis balls. Do we only have 1?
Where's the other tennis ball?
Oh, we've lost it. So Joe's just going to have to do this on his own. I think.
We'll have to just switch around. And we'll have to do 2 goes at it.
We'll have to have 2 goes.
We just lost the other tennis
Okay,
ball.
this one is our throw, clap, catch exercise. So you throw the ball up. You catch, you put it on the floor, you jump over it. Then you up it by 1 every single time, okay? So I think my score was 6 yesterday. How many did you get, Joe?
I think I got 6.5, didn't I? I think that's what
6.5, okay? We actually beat our scores. So hopefully you remember what you've been getting. If you're joining us for the first time today, this will be the first one that you do, and then see if you can beat it tomorrow, okay? Ready? So we might do this twice then. Let's do it. Ready?
I can't do it at the same time. Normally, Scott and I do a competition, and you just get to watch us and listen to us laugh at each other.
I think Ed keeps saying that he just watches us do it and laughs.
Sorry,
anyway,
I'm taking that away from you today.
30 seconds starting now. See how many you can do. I'm going to look at some comments while I'm over here. Oh, we have got some very interesting comments from the Brinkmans. Well done, Tina. 12, but it was bad at catching. Okay, fair enough. Super. Ready? And you've got 5 seconds left. See if you can beat your score from yesterday. And stop there! How many did you get?
6.5, if I can.
6.5. Maybe we've reached our peak on this one. Okay, right. My go. Oh no, I need to hold it.
But
Okay.
I could have done slightly better.
You can have a breather. This is quite a tiring exercise. So you can have another go, or you can have a breather. You can just watch, sit back, and look how hilarious I am at doing this. Trying to really, really focus.
Absolutely.
Okay, ready. We're going to try and beat 6.
Are we ready, everybody home?
Well done, Tina. Or
2.
well for you, got 6. Fantastic.
3, 2, go! Oh, he's going quick. He's not even jumping over the tennis ball!
I was jumping over it. There we go.
That one was. The second one and the first one, he jumped behind the ball. His feet didn't go high enough. So not jumping over it again. I've got... There we go. Now he's jumping over it. See what he's doing. 2 seconds left.
Oh, no!
1. Stop there!
Oh, just over 6. So I kind of was tiny bit better than yesterday.
I think you deserve my
Okay.
points though, Scott.
Boom. worked really hard on that one. Although
Pat on
apparently
the
I
back
was
if you did any
cheating.
better. Pat on the back if you didn't. Pat on the back if you came today.
So, little recap of things we've been doing.
So we started off with 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where Scott was calling out 1, 2, 3, or 4, and I had to do different things depending on what he called.
Then we did one of my favourite exercises, which is the juggle catches. That's a really good exercise to practice.
And then after that, we were on one leg, weren't we? Not peacocking. That was not the right thing. Flamingoing.
Flamingoing.
And then throwing, clapping, and catching.
Then we did the volley bounce hip progressions where we were doing it on both sides, which is a bit of a challenge.
Before we came to our skill of the day, which was combining our ground strokes with our volleys. You can think of them as approach shots, so you could just think of it as practicing the two skills together. We started off with our resistance swings, didn't we? Okay, trying to do that combo.
I was just watching that one, apparently. Wilfie got 9, 7 from Orla. Fantastic scores. Well done.
Then we did coach calls. So one of us was calling out what you had to do forehand, backhand volley. And you had to practice those two things, one after the other.
And then we finally did number bounce, which again is another activity you can practice outside of this. Send us any videos of things that you've been practicing to us. Again, it's still we have done our first advert for this. If you want to be a part of the next one, send us a video saying this is my tennis court. I know a few other people wanted to be a part of it. If not, have a fantastic day. We'll see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We will be doing a lockdown challenge straight after this, which will be on Instagram and Facebook. And hopefully we see you tomorrow. Friday is our recap day, so we do lots and lots of extra challenges. We'll see you then. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good day. Boom.